Hey guys, this is Miguel with In Plain Sight Security and Readiness. Today's video, we're going to talk about firearms. I get a lot of questions about what type of firearms should I get, what should I have in preparations for, SHTF situations or, readiness situations. A lot of people, they want to have arsenals. They want to have every weapon out there. And I will say this, firearms, they're like tools, just how, you got a crescent wrench, you got a hammer, you got a screwdriver, each one serves its own purpose. For me, firearms are the same. So I think really you only need 3 types of firearms, and depending on how many people you have with your group, you should have at least one of each, or at least 2 out of the 3 of each, with each person. The first thing I think everyone should have is some form of pistol. And the reason I say that is because, a pistol is a concealable weapon. Also, it's a very light weapon. You can, have it on you on a daily basis. You can have it on you while you're doing other things, and you have a form of personal defense in that pistol. You put the pistol on your in a holster on your waistline. I mean, you can do whatever type of other work you need to do, let's say, you got to do gardening, or you're fixing a shelter, or doing any kind of other preparations. You have that little firearm that, doesn't really get in the way. Also, it's good for close combat, if you got someone right up on you. And also, if you ever need to clear rooms or clear an area, a building or house type area, then, it's perfect. It's the perfect thing to have. Now, the other weapon, I think that it's another important weapon that you should have. The second one is a shotgun. For me, the shotgun is the ultimate home defense weapon. It goes to walls. There are several different types of calibers for it, and several different types of rounds for it. You have bird shot that, you get a spread out of. You have buckshots that maybe don't get a big spread, but I tell you what, it's deadly. And then you got the slugs, and then they got the rifle slugs where, they're like an ounce, and those things go through walls, knock down doors. Other than being the ultimate home defense weapon, it's a weapon for hunting. You can hunt game with it. Pretty much you can take almost anything down. You hit a bear in the right place, it'll take a bear out. It'll definitely knock down deer. You can use it for ducks, any kind of poultry or bird-like type turkey. You can use that weapon right there. And it's also a very intimidating weapon. And like I said, it does a lot of damage. You can use it for fire supremacy. You get that shotgun and you start spraying some rounds down range, you're going to put some heads down. People are going to take cover, and, you can use it for fire supremacy. You really could, if you know how to use it. Now, also, the third weapon I think you should have is a rifle. Now, a rifle, that can go in many different ways. You can either have an assault rifle, like an AR-15, AK-47, or you can have a longer range rifle, which would be like a bolt action, like a Remington 700, a Mosin Nagant, M14. There's so many different. But you should have a weapon where you can engage targets from 100 yards and out. But also with that, you can use that for hunting as well. Because some game, you may not be able to get up close and take. You may need a few yards, 100 yards away to take. Sometimes you're not going to be able to walk up on deer. Deer are probably one of the most hardest things to take out, especially if you're not a skilled hunter, and you're going to need that range to be able to take them out. And also, if you need to engage targets from farther away. For me, I have an AR-15. Coming from a military background, is one of those type of weapons. It comes natural to me. I'm very accurate with, and should I need to defend my family, at least I have the extra magazine capacity to carry extra rounds, and also it's a very accurate weapon, and also it has range, and it can effectively engage targets 200 yards out, depending on the shooter, and also you can take out targets from 500 meters, and that's the same thing with the AK-47. The AK-47's range is a lot more, but you can effectively engage targets from 200 yards out. And then like I said, then you go into like more of a sniper rifle type thing, like a 308 or a 306, 270s, those higher power type rifles. I mean, you have those out there as well. A lot of time, most of the stuff is personal preference. You got to go with what you feel comfortable shooting, and what you actually believe you need. For me, my setup is, so I run a Glock 17 as my pistol. The Glock 17 is a very reliable weapon. It's a 9mm, holds 15 rounds. I'm very accurate with it. I'm very accurate up to 50 feet with it. It works for me. I'm really good with it. The other thing, I have a Mossberg 500 that I pretty much took apart and put mag pull stocks on, and pump grip. I'm in the process of adding other sights to it. I use buckshots in it and slugs for my home defense. And then I for my rifle, I have AR-15 that I built. It shoots a 5.56 caliber bullet, which is a NATO round. With a red dot sight, mag pull stock. Has weaver rails on it. So I can add upgrades and whatnot. I have a match grade barrel on it, customized it myself. And those are the weapons I have, for pretty much my overall defense. And that's pretty much, I feel all I need. I got the best of all the worlds of the whole firearm, and each one serve its own purpose. Now, certain people, they may like other types of pistols manufacturers. Same thing with shotguns. If I could do it all over again, I would have gotten the 870, Remington 870 pump action shotgun. For me, I think that is the best shotgun there is. But me, at the time, I was impatient. I should have saved up a little bit more money, but I got a really good deal on the Mossberg, so I bought the Mossberg and then went the Mossberg route. But if I could do it all over again, definitely would get the Remington 870 shotgun. And then for rifle, you know, it's all personal preference. You know what I mean? It's um, if you're an assault weapon type guy, go assault weapon. If you're a long range type guy, go long range. You can't go wrong with a 308. You really can't. Even 22. Hey, 22 will work. A lot of people frown upon 22s, but 22s will do the trick as well. So, especially hunting wise, you know, 22s are awesome. Can't go wrong with a 22. So, got any questions, guys? Leave the questions in the comments below. You know, I always enjoy feedback. Always go into it with an open mind. But if you need to hear more about weapons and firearms, going more in detail, let me know. I'll do that as well. And, you know, share the wealth. You know anybody who's getting into prepping and they need some good information, solid information, go ahead and share my channel with them so they can subscribe, and, you know, I can give them more input on, you know, information as such. But, you know, it's always a pleasure, guys, doing these videos for you, you know, and I enjoy it very much. So, but like always, guys, you know, be humble, you know, stay alert, watch your six, and always be ready. See you next time, guys.